What if I told you that the secret to true success isn't found in getting everything you want, but in needing nothing? That sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? But what if living like this could unlock a level of freedom and peace you never thought possible? Stay with me because we're about to explore a mindset that can change your life, one that people rarely talk about. Let's start with a story you may have heard, but probably haven't thought about like this. King Solomon, son of David, is known as the wisest man in history. You'd expect a king to desire power, wealth, and domination, right? But when God appeared to Solomon in a dream and gave him a blank check, ask for anything, and I'll give it to you. What did Solomon do? He asked for wisdom to govern his people. Think about that for a second. Solomon desired everything, but not for himself. He didn't ask for riches, fame, or revenge on his enemies. He desired wisdom to serve others. And because his desire was pure, he received far more than he could have imagined. Riches, honor, and a kingdom so vast, it's still legendary today. Now, let's apply this to modern life. Many of us want everything. We chase success, power, love, status, you name it. But often, we desire these things for ourselves. And what happens? We end up feeling emptier than when we started. We're left chasing, never satisfied. But when you desire from a place of selflessness, like Solomon, something changes. The very act of desiring shifts from a selfish pursuit to a meaningful purpose. Desire everything, but desire it to grow, to contribute, to make the world better. That's where fulfillment begins. Now let's look at someone who embodies the other side of the equation, needing nothing. The Apostle Paul is another figure whose story often gets overlooked in this context. He spent much of his ministry in prison, in chains, cut off from the comforts of life, and yet he wrote some of the most powerful letters that continue to impact millions today. In his letter to the Philippians, he says, "I have learned to be content in whatever circumstances I am. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation." Paul's secret? He needed nothing. In the worst conditions imaginable, he still found joy, fulfillment, and purpose. He understood that the real treasure isn't in material possessions or external conditions, it's in your mindset, your inner peace, and your connection to something greater than yourself. Let's bring that back to the modern world. Think of those moments when you're scrolling through social media, comparing your life to others, thinking, if only I had that car, that house, that relationship, then I'd be happy. But what if you didn't need any of it? What if you could wake up tomorrow and feel content, no matter what was happening around you? That's the power of needing nothing. It's not about being passive or indifferent to life's challenges, but about realizing that your worth isn't tied to external things. The world will always try to convince you that you need more, but true freedom is found in needing nothing. How do you desire everything and still need nothing? Isn't that a contradiction? On the surface, it might seem like it, but let's look deeper. Desire, when it's driven by purpose, by a longing to serve or to improve, is what propels you forward. It's what gets you out of bed and keeps you striving for better. But when you're attached to those desires, when you need the outcome in order to feel whole, that's where the trap lies. Look at the story of the rich young ruler in the Bible. He had everything, a good life, wealth, status. Yet, when he asked Jesus what he needed to do to inherit eternal life, Jesus told him to sell all his possessions and follow him. The ruler couldn't do it. He needed his wealth to feel secure, and in needing it, he was trapped by it. Modern-day example. Think of the person who spends their whole life chasing money, climbing the corporate ladder, sacrificing relationships, health, and peace of mind, only to realize they're still unsatisfied at the end of the road. The more you need something to feel complete, the more it controls you. So, how do we balance this? How do we live with the ambition to desire everything but the freedom to need nothing? 1. Focus on purpose, not outcomes. Shift your desires from personal gain to purpose-driven growth. Ask yourself, why do I want this? If the answer is only to fulfill your own needs, it might be time to reassess. Desiring everything for the right reasons leads to abundance in ways you might not expect. 2. Practice gratitude every day. Gratitude is the antidote to needing. When you practice being grateful for what you already have, you're sending a message to yourself that you're complete as you are. You'll find more satisfaction in life's simplest moments if you need less. 3. Detach from the outcome. This is the hardest one. Whether you're working towards a promotion, a healthier relationship, or personal goals, try to detach from the outcome. Focus on the journey, the effort, the lessons along the way. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, you've still gained something valuable. This mindset frees you from the anxiety of needing things to go a certain way. 4. Embrace uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and that's where the beauty lies. When you need nothing, you can embrace uncertainty with open arms. Every challenge becomes an opportunity, every setback a lesson, because your happiness doesn't hinge on external success. Desiring everything doesn't mean you're greedy. It means you're striving for greatness. Needing nothing doesn't mean you're passive. It means you're free. When you live like you've already won, because your worth isn't tied to the material, you open yourself to endless possibilities. So, what's the takeaway? Desire everything, but not from a place of emptiness. Pursue your dreams, your goals, and your passions, but don't be defined by them. And when you no longer need anything to feel complete, that's when you'll find true fulfillment. Now, I want to hear from you. What's something you've been chasing that you could let go of needing? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's start a conversation about living freely. And if you found value in this message, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and leave a comment below. Please look out for the next video and check out others on this channel.